What does make old-timey little children singing so damn scary? Let's go find out. Hello wonderful humans of the internet, how are we? My name is Sam Scott-Thorne and I'm a vocal coach based in Glasgow. Now if you'd like to meet and explore your voice a little more, you can find me on sstVocals.com. You can also find me on Patreon and various other social media platforms, and I'll put the handles down below and over there. Run out of breath. Now, if you'd like to consider becoming a patron, you have access to things like early release of reactions, you can fast track reactions, become a reaction, there's special roles on my Discord server, and you have access to all sorts of bonus content like my Vocal Anatomy 101 series where we learn how the voice works. So consider becoming a patron and help shape my channel. Okay, this song in the last kind of 5 years has become kind of synonymous with spooky. At first, I think it was used in American Horror Story as Asylum, the Asylum season, which is a fair bit back now. But most recently, it's been used in like TikTok videos for like creepypasta type situations. I am talking about You Belong to Me. Now this song has been done by a few different groups, but the one that seems to be used the most is Patience and Prudence, who are two young girls. One is very young, the other one I don't know, it looks like her older sister. I don't know anything really about them as people. I just know that this is the version that people find the creepiest, which I'm sure they would be thrilled about. And the version I think people use is from the Perry Como show, so I have found that. And I have moved to the part where it is. It's like 3 minutes 18 into the video. So we're going to go and listen to it, see what we think, and just try and figure out why is this so creepy.
I know you belong to somebody new, but tonight you belong to me.
Okay, so let's just dissect what we're actually hearing. So we have this like really quite bare bones sound piano, like bum 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 gong 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 gong. It's quite like clunky sounding. It's quite bare. There's nothing that's softening the edge of this. It is just kind of weird. Like if you heard this in your room in the middle of the night, you would freak out, even though it's not a spooky melody. It's actually in like a major key. Then we get to the girls. Now everything is very sweet. One has quite a raised larynx and quite a bright sound. The other one, who's sitting in the background, has got a lower set larynx and kind of a deeper sound. So it kind of encompasses. It's actually a really good blend of vocals if you're going to sing with other people. This is a good way to do it. Have one that has a kind of more forward placed tone and one that has a kind of a more back placed tone that sits in the background. And to be honest, I think most of the creep factor here is just that it is an older video. It's black and white. The girls are very prim and proper, and they don't give very much away. There's no emotion in their face or anything. They're just there to sing and get off that stage. They're like a little bit uncomfortable, to be honest. But let's keep going. Okay, right. I think another thing is that sometimes a message can be absolutely misinterpreted. So for this, You Belong to Me, is the message of the song is like love, right? It's about your partner belonging to you. But if this comes out of nowhere, like if you're listening to this as a casual viewer and two kind of very floaty girls' voices come into play and say, "Tonight you belong to me," that is terrifying. It's very, very easily misconstrued. There's a huge difference between "you belong with me" and "you belong to me," and I think it's the "two" belong to me that is the most sinister bit of the whole thing. Anyway. Now this, I think, is actually the nicest part. Although way down by the stream maybe gives distance from safety. You know, you could interpret it that way. It's like way down in a cave. You know, there's a definite way that you could perceive that as being threatening. But it's not. I need to say, this is not supposed to be a threatening song. I'm just trying to interpret it as to why people find it creepy now. As opposed to back then, it was probably just a lovely song from two young ladies that you internet people have turned into the most sinister tune of all time, apparently. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. Everything other than the down by the stream part is lovely. This is the nicest part of the song.
With the dawn that you will be gone, but tonight you belong to me.
This might be the most sinister line of the whole thing. So, my honey, I know by the dawn that you will be gone, but tonight you belong to me. So if you are the victim of a person, that is insane. This song has got the capability of being put against some pretty horrific scenes in like films or TV shows, and I think that's what gives it this intensely disturbing message and imagery. In actual fact, it is probably like a lover that you had once upon a time that you maybe got back for the evening, and you know that when the morning comes, you're back to being single. But in this instance, it sounds horrendous. So I get it from that bit. That bit, yeah. In any kind of horror scenario, that is absolutely terrifying.
Way down along the stream, how very, very sweet it will seem once more just to dream in the silvery moonlight. My honey, I know with the dawn that you will be gone, and tonight you belong.
And then at the end, like, their faces soften up and they become a little bit more human. So that part was the nicest bit of the whole song. I think also it's the way that their voices move. I know you belong to somebody new. Like that playful kind of movement of the voices really doesn't it makes it a little bit more creepy. It's very like Shining twins. Children are used so much in horror because there's something a little bit unsettling about a kid in a scenario that you wouldn't expect them to be. And if you're putting them into like horror scenarios like this song has been done, then it is like the pinnacle of that. Also the backing line, I know you belong to da 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 da. It kind of moves into a little bit more of a like minor kind of place. I don't know if the chord progression is actually minor, but it sounds that way, especially against the main line. So there is that little tinge of spook in there by design. But yeah, I guess it's just using a song out of context can give it a completely new meaning. But I guess like the overarching message is that if you take a song out of context, you can give it a completely new meaning. I mean, you could do it with lots of things. Prime example is the Home Alone trailer, but done as like a horror movie. Go and look that up and you'll get exactly what I mean. Some things that are supposed to be innocent can be twisted into something really dark really easily, and this is a prime example. But anyway, I hope that made sense and I hope you liked that. If you did, please give it a like and a thumbs up down below, and if you want to see more from me, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and anytime I have new content, you will be the first to know. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me. And how are we going to buy this one? I don't know, because I don't have a second small person. Actually, I did sing this with the kiddo like a couple of weeks ago. So maybe I'll do a little behind the scenes, show you that, and we'll just say I'll bye on that. Drink lots of water. Love you lots. Bye.
I know.
I know.